So can the mind be free of that? Free of the observer. So
if not, there's no hope.
That's the whole point.
If not, we've had it.
Yeah. And all the escapes and going off into other religions, doing all kinds of tricks, and no meaning. Now, this demands a great deal of perception, insight,
yes,
into the fact of your life, how one lives one's life. After all, philosophy means the love of truth, love of wisdom, not the love of some abstraction.
Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Wisdom is supremely practical.
Practical. Therefore, here it is. That is, can a human being live in relationship, in freedom, and yet operate in the field of knowledge?
And yet operate in the field of knowledge. Yes.
And be absolutely orderly. Otherwise it's not freedom. Because order means virtue.
Yes. Yes.
Which doesn't exist in the world at the present time. There is no sense of virtue in anything. They will repeat, virtue is a creative thing, is a living thing, is a moving thing.
I'm thinking, as you're saying this, about virtue, which is really power, which is really the ability to act. And if I'm following you correctly, what you're really saying, and please correct me if I'm way off here, what you're really saying is that the ability to act in the strict sense, which must be creative, otherwise it's not an action,
no,
but it is simply a reaction,
a repetition.
A repetition, that the ability to act, or virtue as you put it, bears with it necessarily the implication of order. It must. There seems to me no way out of that.
Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to recover that step at a time.
So can I come back? In human relationship as it exists now, we are looking at that, what actually is. In that human relationship, there is conflict. Sexual violence and so on, so on, so on. Every kind of violence. Now, can man live at total at peace? Otherwise it's not creative. In human relationship. Because that is the basis of all life. You know?
I'm very taken with the way you have pursued this. I notice that when we ask this question, is it possible that? The reference for it is always a totality.
Yes.
And the reference over here is a fragment, or a fragmentation, or a division. Never once have you said that the passage from one to the other is a movement that even exists.
No, it can't exist.
See?
Quite. Absolutely.
I think, Mr. Krishnamurti, that nothing is so difficult to grasp as this statement that you've made. Yes. There is nothing that we are taught from childhood up
I know.
to render such a possibility a matter for taking seriously, because of course, one doesn't like to make sweeping statements about the way everybody's been educated, but I'm thinking of myself. from a child upward, all the way through graduate school, accumulating a lot of this knowledge that you've been talking about. I don't remember anybody saying to me, or even pointing me to a literature that so categorically makes this distinction between one and the other as, in terms of each other, not accessible to each other through passage.
No. Quite.
Now, I'm correct in understanding you there,
quite right.
aren't I?
Quite right.
Maybe I could just say this as an aside.
The fragment can't become the whole.
No, the fragment cannot become the whole in and of itself.
But the fragment is always trying to become the whole.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, of course, in the years of very serious and devoted contemplation and exploration of this, which quite clearly you have undertaken with great passion, I suppose it must have occurred to you that the first sight of this, while one is in a condition of the observer, must be very frightening. In the condition of the observer, the thought that there is no passage.
No, but you see, I never looked at it that way. If you will.
But please tell me how you looked at it. This, please.
From childhood, I never thought I was a Hindu.
I see.
I never thought, when I was educated in England and all the rest of it, that I was European. I never was caught in that trap. I don't know how it happened. I was never caught in the trap.
Well, when you were quite little then,
yes,
and your playmates said to you, well, now look, you're a Hindu. What did you say?
I probably put on Hinduism, all the trappings of Brahman tradition. I was, but it never penetrated deeply.
As we say in the vernacular, it never got to you.
It never got to me, that's right.
I see. That's very remarkable. That is extraordinary. The vast number of people in the world seem to have been got to with respect to this.
That's why I think, you see, propaganda has become the means of change.
Yes, yes.
Propaganda is not truth. Repetition is not truth.
It's a form of violence, too.
That just...
Yes.
So, a mind that says, that merely observes, doesn't react to what it observes, according to its conditioning, which means there is no observer at any time. Therefore, no division. It happened to me, I don't know how it happened, but it's happened. And